ang na mag-PDF na lang ta guys oy. Okay, something's wrong with my PowerPoint. Sayang kayo. Shams. Ayan niya. I'll have to fix this one. Mag-troubleshoot sa ako guys. Oh gosh. What is happening? Dili mapindot ako. Kangilo. Sorry. Labot. Isa guys. Naka. Sorry, kalkyo. Asa na to? Ano? Ay, Lord. Next, ano to? Letter B na ba to? Okay. I think we're stuck with letter B pa so far. So again, no, mo to siya ang main reason. That's why wala siya gi-component si P here because P, I mean, the contact surface area is still in the direction of the line of action of your force P. And once again, if you would equate that to the allowable shear, guys, which is 150 as stated here, so basically, you would arrive to your safe load of 441.79. And for this last question in this problem, so if P is 400, what is the required bolt diameter? So if you would notice, murag, ano siya kanang, kibali, ang bolt diameter nga ginapangutana here is these four, four bolts here. But if medyo same ra siya, nga bolt diameter, baliktad na po, given na po si P, and then baliktad na po nga si bolt diameter na po, we can actually utilize the solution in the first part. Nga, medyo same lang siya. So, the difference now here is, nga nung si shear lang man ang atong gigamit because as you have noticed earlier, ang ni-govern siya nga analysis or ni-govern nga katong na pinakagamay is ang shear. That's why mas maayo nga shear na lang po ng atong gigamit dere. So shear lang gyud, pero you can actually check it using the tensile force. So tensile force, so ina na siya. That's basically 400 kilonewton, that's 400 EP cos, again, that is because of the X component, which is here, no, na siya X component of your P, and then 4 diameters of your unknown diameter, and equate it to the allowable, maximum allowable shearing stress, which is 150, and you will now arrive to your minimum diameter of 27.55, and always, basta mga inani nga scenario, round up yun mo, basta mga capacity ang ginahisgutan sa mga area and everything round up kasi the greater the bulk, the more ligon it is. So, ina na siya nga logic ba? So, again, let us now use 28 millimeter as its diameter. Okay? Proceed na yun ta. Kaya medyo dugay kayo. 37. Kaya pa ba ni? Okay, kaya pa. So, in this problem, we are to calculate, as shown in the figure, similar lang mo to siya sa kaganiha, guys. The strut shown in the figure carries na siya load of 200 kilonewton, na atay pin, na atay bolt, na atay strut, and atay siya gasset as shown in the picture. So we are to calculate the bearing stress in the pin. So as ang pin, this one. So again, na siya two scenarios mangod ang mahitabo. Na siya two scenarios. First is, what if diri pa lang daan sa strut niya, maluag na siya ba? Maluag na siya. So basically, na siya pwede failure nga sa strut itself. Then another failure that we can also expect is the failure in the gusset plate. Nga what if maluag na po ni siya diri na sad ang naluag, nawangwang. Okay? So now, in order for us to arrive to these two conclusions, we are to solve this. So basically, we have our first bearing stress formula, which is P over 2 diameter of your pin multiplied by its strut, since we are expecting ang failure is a strut itself. Now, the second formula that we can also expect or utilize is similarly gyapon, but the difference now is that naanatay gusset plate here. This one and this one. So, thickness na po sa gusset. Kibali, we are expecting ang failure de ay kinaa sa gusset plate. Now, let's check this too. So, if we are to use 200 kilonewton and then over the over 2 times the diameter of your pin, which is 16, multiplied by its strut. Kibali, your strut, by the way, nganong, if you would notice, medyo baga lagi ma'am, tapos if you would notice, 10 mm na siya. Ang may tabo man good ana everyone is, ang itsura ana niya sa strut, kaning brown ha, ina na siya, hollow na siya. Hollow, kibali na siya, kibali ana na siya, pero na po siya inner gyapon. So, mo na siyang pasabot sa thickness. So, that's the main reason. Mo siya tangkidigira ba? Ang kidigira nga naibuhok sa tuwan. It's just that square lang ni siya. So that is now 625 MPa. And if you compare it to the second bearing failure, no, let's say nga ang failure na po is sa gusset plate, ang difference lang nila is that i-change lang nimo nga instead of using the 10 mm, the thickness of your strut, now use the thickness of your gusset, which is now 12. So in order for you to get that, in order for you to arrive with the second bearing stress nga value, you will have to calculate that and you'll arrive to 520.8 MPa. And again, if basta mang inanin nga scenario, the most critical is the greater one, which is 6 to 5 MPa. Medyo magpaspas na guys kay 8, 8 madagalin ka mag-example. Now, shearing stress tapos sa pin, asa man ang pin anim. If you would notice, this is our pin, kani siya. Mano siya tong pin. And shearing stress of that pin is still in the direction of parallel to the direction in contact. Kaya again, di ba? If you would notice, nga ang, if this is your pin, di ba? Naa siya shearing, area nga parallel to the direction of the force, di ba? Ana mga directions of force, in parallel lang yapon siya. So basically, you don't need to use the components of your P here. So that is just force over area nga nung times 2 because there is double shear. Duha ka in contact surface area. Diri nga failure and diri pod nga failure. That's the main reason nga nung times 2 na siya. So that is pi over 4 multiplied by the diameter of your pin, and that is equals to 497.35. And that is already our final answer for this one. Basically, just force over area again. And lastly, for this next question, shearing stress in the bolts and the tensile stress in the bolts. So basically, sa bolts naman ta, so diri na ta sa 4 ka bolts nga upper na siya top view na to. So this is the 4 bolts that is being pertained. So again, similar sa katong kaganiha, if pag moing kag ang ang Y component sa imong force P, ang cos ana ang i-cos ana niya nga stress basically is the downward, which is the tensile. And if ang X component sa imuhang force P, ang failure nga makos ana niya mo counter day ana rather is the stress, the shearing stress. Hindi masulat lagi. The shearing stress which is going to the opposite direction. So that is just basically PX, no, if we're analyzing for shear, di ba shear pa man natong unang nga gina-calculate, that is the shearing stress is equals to the X component of P, which is, di ba, mo siya mo counter, and divide mo to 4 because we are calculating for the shear stress per bolt. Since there are 4 bolts, so i-divide na mo 4 ang force P component sa X. Then divide it with the area of a single bolt. So isa naman ka bolt here ang atong gina-consider. So that's basically just the area of it, and you will arrive to this value of how much? 215.36 MPa. Now, that is already the final answer for letter C. What about the tensile stress in the bolts? So the tensile stress in the bolts is induced by the Y component, di ba? Y component na sad. And then, ginabira na siya paubos sa bolt. So basically, sin theta na po itong gamiton ani. So that is 200 sin theta over 4, and then just the area of your bolt itself, no? So you will arrive to your tensile stress in the bolts of 124.34 MPa. Okay, I hope you were able to get that. And that is the end of the example number 3. Now, let's try to analyze this figure. No, this is another example. We have an AC is a steel cable with a diameter of 18 mm. So, hollow daw kuno ni siya with modulus of elasticity of 200 GPa, while member BC has a cross-section of 80 mm by 60. So, square doon niya siya with elastic modulus of 120 GPa. We are to calculate the maximum load P without exceeding the normal stress of 89, and then as well as the maximum load without exceeding the normal strain of 0.0005 millimeters per millimeter. So, for us to envision it, of course, magkata ana sa ato ang mga structural members para na ay mga internal forces manggawas. If magkata sa atong mga forces, basically nanatay forces PAC and as well as PAB. We are to analyze joint C na lang. Joint C ta kay naadiri daghan. So joint C pa lang daan. We are to analyze the components of this PAB and PAC in terms of P, which is P man si unknown, di ba? In terms of P atong isolve ani. So now, if we are to statics lang ta diri guys ha. So if we are to sum the forces along the y-axis, or basically the vertical forces, basically we would arrive to this equation of PAC, nganong PAC sine of 28, di ba? That's sine of 28. Dayon negative, nganong negative man because it's downward PB, anong PBC lagi? PBC. PAC and PBC. PBC ni siya guys ha. Wala lang na-edit. That's PBC. So that's PBC, downward PBC. And then since it is downward, so that's basically the main reason nga nung negative siya. And then since the angle here is 40, angle man ni siya is 40, di ba? This is 40 and then this is also 40 kaning here. So now we can also equate it with the force P, which is, di ba, summation of forces along the, sa tawag ni, y-axis man ta, or vertical. So that is equate to P. Pero pag imo na siyang i-type sa calculate, just use 1. And then another one is the forces in the horizontal axis or the x-axis. So that is now negative PAC, statics na siya guys. PAC cos 28 minus PBC of cos 40. Negative gyapon siya because this one here is going to the left and this one also here, the x component of here, kani x component niya. This one, di ba? Pa-left gyapon siya kaniyang this is PACY, then PACX. This is PBCX and this is PBCY. PBCY. PBC na siya guys, walang na-edit. So that is also equated to 0 because if you would notice, wala man tay forces nga gapadulong dito nga lain forces acting on the x-axis apart from the components of your structural members. Now, I want you guys, pwede rin siya mano-mano mag-solve, pero you can actually utilize your calculator in order for you to get the values of the unknown. So I want you guys to get your calculator, wait lang. Get your calculators and go to mode 5.1. So let's try to plug in ha. Let's try to go to mode 5.1. So naan naman mo tanan no? 5.1, that is 2 unknown. So in order for you to get that, you just have to type these values here, which is sine 28. Follow the sign yun always guys ha. Negative sine 40. Sine 40. Dayon, equate it to 1. Again, no, just speed that's because it's 1. Dayon, negative cos 28. And then also negative cos 40. And then now, the component now is 0. So we will arrive to this value of 0.826 and the negative 0.952. Let us check if same ba siya sa tong answers. Sakto ra? Same ra ba? So that is 0.9523 and katong kaganiya, that is 826P. In terms of P pa ni siya guys ha. So that is still in terms of P. Now, based on allowable stress, that is just basically force over area. That is force of member PAC, which is 0.826P over the area of the AC, which is already given since tubular man na siya, which is na siya diameter nga 18 mm. So that is 0.8262P in terms of P man ta. Pi over 4, this is the diameter 18, and then the inequality is the limit should not exceed 89 MPa as stated in the problem. You would now arrive to your value of maximum load without exceeding the normal stress of 27.412. Naulahi lang ang red. Now, let us calculate for letter B, the maximum load P without exceeding the normal strain. So normal strain basically is strain is equals to force over area, force over E. That is strain. Force is equals to basically stress na siya guys, 'di ba? Ka remember mo aning equation kani siya equation, 'di ba? Stress is equals to modulus of elasticity times strain. So the stress here is denoted as F, and then since ang imong unknown is the strain, so strain imo na lang siya i-transpose, that is just F over E. Mo na siya gikan ang based on allowable strain. So the limit states ang normal strain should not exceed 0.005, 'di ba? And basically, you know that stress is just basically force over area. Diba? The stress that we know is equals to force over area. Diba? Muna itong nabawaan. P over area. Or basically, in this problem, it is being denoted as letter F. So, force over area of the AC, remember AC. So, basically, that is just 0.826P. And ang kaning area of AC, paubos lang siya, that's pi over 4, 18 squared. And then the modulus of elasticity, which is 200 GPa, and the inequality and limits should not exceed 0.005. Shift solve, you will arrive to your results of maximum safe load of 30.8 kN. And the final answers for the first problem should be 27.412 for part A and 30.8 kN for part B. Okay? Punta na sa time. Now, let's try to calculate this problem. 4 cables are used to lift a precast concrete slab. Modern siya concrete slab. And it has these dimensions. Now, if you would notice that the force acted or the weight here, drawn here, is acted on the center. Basically, this means na symmetrical na dayang ato ang slab. Basically, it's by 3 by 3. And then the resultant force is being acted on the centroid. So you would know that the value of your tension here should be equal. So, ang tension diri na side is equal sa tension diri and diri. Kaya 4 cat tension. Basically, we are to solve for the tension on each cable and the vertical deflection of the slab. Okay, kabaluta nga kuan siya. Same rag value ang atong mga tension since the resultant force is acted on the centroid. So basically, same ra silag distribution of forces. Kaya same ra silag pag-aswat. So if you would notice, no, the only way for us to determine or to get the angle if unsa ang iyang inclination here is to divide this diagonally. And if it is divided diagonally, we have dimension x's here. Dua ka x, let's say dua ka x. We're accounting for a right triangle, man good. So in order for us to get the x triangles here, we will be needing first, of course, i-forward sa na to. Kani nga triangle, because since if you would interpret this green triangle here, that is just mo siya ipabarog, that is 3 and 3 and then 2x. Basically, dali rin mo makuha si value of x there using the Pythagorean theorem. But before that, in order for us to get the weight, kinahanglan ta magkuha sa weight, that is just basically y times the volume. So how do we calculate for the weight of this precast concrete slab? That is just basically multiplying the unit weight of concrete, which is 24 as given in the problem, then the dimension area 3 by 3 and the thickness of 0.085. No, nakita ninyo? So in order for you to get the weight value of 18.36 kilonewton. Now, again, going back to that concept that I told you, in order for us to get the value of x here, we will be using the Pythagorean theorem, which is the c squared is equals to a squared plus b squared. So this is the side a and b, and this is the c squared. So 2x squared is equals to 3 squared plus 3 squared. You will arrive to your x value of 121 at 2.121. Basically, kanina siyang isa ka side diri nga x is basically 2.121. Now, in order for us to get the angle here, di ba nanatay adjacent side and napod tay opposite side? Because the opposite side, as stated in the problem, that is 2.5. So that is tangent towa, di ba? Towa that is opposite and adjacent, di ba? Adjacent kay ang x man na. So that is tan theta, which is the unknown, is equals to 2.5, which is the opposite, and then the adjacent side is what we calculated as the x, and you will arrive, i-arctan ra na nimo guys, that is 49.69 degrees. Now, since we are interested in getting the length of the cable guys, unsa naman pod nga trigonometry ang atong pwede magamit ani using the Pythagorean theorem, that is basically naanatay, if this is your opposite side, di ba, this is your opposite side guys, this is your opposite, this is opposite, and this is your adjacent. Of course, what's the remaining one? That's your hypotenuse. So your hypotenuse is treated as your length of cable. That is SOA, SOA na noon. So basically that is sine opposite, which is 2.5 over your hypotenuse of or length of your cable. And your length of your cable, since nanam tay angle, that is 3.28. And summation of forces along y lang ta guys. So basically, what we will do now here is that we know, di ba, akong ingon kaganiya, since the force or the resultant force is acted on the center or concentrically, basically, we would deduce na ang ato daing tension forces on each of its cable are uniform. Basically, we can immediately deduce nga 40 ready siya. And basically, since ato ang force W here is going downward, summation of forces along Y gali. So basically, the Y component of each of your tension side, more TY, mao siya atong gamiton. So that basically means nga atong gamiton is ang TY component, or basically using the trigonometry nga sign. And basically, you just have to equate that with the downward force, or you can minus that, i-transfer lang nimo, and you will arrive to a value of 6.019 kilonewton as the value for your final answer as the tension on each of the cable. Okay? Now, if we are to calculate the vertical deflection, so di pasabot sa vertical deflection, for you to envision this problem really, no, this is daw your cable. So, if this is your slab, since this is rigid, wala dyan deflection may tabuan na. But, what would happen to your cable, since di ba elastic man ang cable, mabinat man na siya. So, basically, na tendency, si cable nga mabinat. And that is the deflection nga ato ang pangitaon. That is the deflection yet, pero ang kani siya ang displacement ang ato ang pangitaon. Di ba? And now, basically, this is just trigo. If inyong manotice, guys, trigo ra gyud ni siya. If imo siyang tan-awon, butangan pagina akong box para makita sa uban ba, that's a right triangle. So, this is your opposite and this is your hypotenuse side. So, that is just basically, di ba, unsa tong nabawaan sa atong deformation nga formula, that is PL over AE. So, P here is being denoted as your tension cable. So, that is 6019 multiplied by the length of your cable, which is needed sa imuhang calculation, and then area, which is 75, as stated in the problem, then modulus of elasticity, which is 200 GPa. So, you will arrive to your deflection value of 1.316 mm. Dili pa na siya mawang answer because this is just the opposite side. Ang atong ginapangita is this one. Kani siya. Now, if this is the opposite and this is the hypotenuse, so unsa nga trigonometric function natong gamiton? So, opposite and hypotenuse, that is basically so. That is sine theta opposite over hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse, is the unknown. So, sine theta deflection over the delta, and if you will transform that, you will arrive to this equation of delta over sine theta. So 1.316 over sine 49.69, you will arrive to your vertical deflection of 1.726 mm, and that is already the final answer for this problem. Okay? Nagets? Medyo speedrun yung kita mag-discuss ani kay pila ni ka example. Dua na lang. Dua na lang. This one and then tulo day. Tulo. Example. Okay, let's go to this problem. The steel plate is suspended. As you can see, this is a steel plate and one end is shown in the figure, and the the unit weight of your steel is 77 GPa and unsa nang V. Diba unsa kung being ingon kaganiya, that is the Poisson's ratio, wherein it dictates when there is an increase or decrease or basically changes in the dimensions, no, that dira na siya mosulod. Then we are to find the elongation of the bar when P is equals to 10 kN and the cross-sectional of the bar at the fixed end when P is equals to 10 kN, and as well as the ductility given that the cross-sectional area of failure is 110 mm squared. So, if you would notice, guys, if birahon ganina, tanawon ninyo, balik na ko. If birahon ganina to si force P, unsay mahitabo sa imuhang steel plate? Di ba mo binat siya? If you would notice, ni binat lagi siya, ni taas siya, pero ni gamay iyang width. So, mo ni siya ang atuang gina-analyze now. And that change in the length is your deflection or deformation, basically. If we would analyze the first problem, we are to find the elongation of the bar when P is equals to 10 kN. Basically, assuming yapon, no, nga that the force P is acted on the center or the centroid, we would also analyze na, okay, the weight of the steel plate is also acted on its center. So that's how you get, that's basically the location. So that is just basically L over 2. Pero since we are yet to solve for the weight of your steel plate, so how do you calculate for the weight? That is just gamma V, or your gamma times the volume. So the equation for that is 77 multiplied by the 0.15 multiplied by the thickness, which is 0.008, which is in mm pa man siya to, kani siya converting mo into m, and then multiplied by the length of 0.7. Basically, the volume lang yun. No, volume of your steel plate. Since rectangular man siya, so dali ra. And you will arrive to your weight of your steel plate to be 64.7 Newton. And what's the overarching formula for deformation? Diba? It's PL over AE. But the PL over AE is caused by the external forces. But what about the deformation caused by the self-weight of the steel plate? So basically, ang atong equation should be the summation of the deformation caused by the external forces plus the deformation caused by its weight. So that is the overarching formula, which is, if you would notice, ang ato ang L na to is gidivide nato with 2, because our analysis here tells us that the load, or basically the weight of the steel, is being acted on its center. So basically, i-divide lang nato siyang 2. So if you would expand that, substitute lang nimo ang force P, 10 kN, L is 700, convert into mm, so that you'd be able to envision more nga ang inyong deformation is in terms of mm. And then the area here is 0.15, which is 150, multiplied by the thickness, which is 8 mm, multiplied by its modulus of elasticity of 200, plus the weight of the steel, which we calculated earlier, that's 64.7, and then 700 over 2, length over 2, and then similarly lang yapon 150 times 10, and then E is 200, you will arrive to this answer of 0.029 mm, which is dili na siya makita sa imong mata. Char. In order for us to really envision nga 0.029, di na siya makita sa naked eye siya, guys. So, yeah. How much more kung in terms of meters pa ni nato, so samot to siya kadagag 0 dira. Now, for the second problem, second question, cross-sectional area, no, ang change na po sa cross-sectional area. Basically, if you would notice, naana siya elongation nga tabo, so basically, na-change na po diyang area. So what would now happen is that the strain, longitudinal strain, should be equated to the deformation, a total deformation over the L, which is, kaganiya itong na-solve is 0.029 divided mo 700, and you will get a value for your strain of 0.041 times 10 to the negative 3. Now, since we are to incorporate the Poisson's ratio here, we're in katong given nga formula, diba? The strain in the lateral side, a ratio rather, the Poisson's ratio is equals to the strain in the lateral side over the strain in the longitudinal side. So that is just basically 0.3, which is given in the problem. And then the longitudinal strain, which we earlier just calculated, and we will arrive to our strain in the lateral side, which is negative 0.012 times 10 to the negative 3. And basically, ang sa tutong kaganiya, basta gani mga strain, that is just basically the change in the shape over its original. So whatever the change in width, di ba ang change in width nato is kanina mang bagong change in width. Mao ni siya atong change in width, kanina siya ang ato ang width prime, or basically the change in width is just basically the difference between the original and the new dimension. And then the change in thickness, ang 8 mm daw is ma-change na po daw kanina po, pila na po kaha na siya. So, mana siya ang thickness prime. And basically, if we would equate the lateral strain with what they call this change in width and as well as the change in thickness, you would arrive to a result of negative 0.0018 mm for its change in width. And for its change in thickness, no, na-observe nato nga it's just 0.0001. So medyo negligible naman ni siya, so pwede nato siya ma-equate as 0. So basically, the change in the new dimension, or basically the new width, is just equals to 150, which is the original side, plus the change in the width. Basically, nganong gi-plus na siya because gi-assume na to nga whatever changes, negative siya. So basically, pwede ra plus. Basically, ma-minus ra gyapon na siya. That will result to a change in width which is 149.998. But what about the thickness? That is just basically 8 mm which is the original side. And then plus lang din mo with the change in, what they call this, change in thickness, which is, we assume nga negligible siya due to its small, very, very small value, ma-deduce na to nga, medyo same na dahil nga 8 mm nga to ang thickness after elongation. Gibira na siya. Now, ang question man gud diri is just basically the area. So that is just width times multiplied by its thickness. So the new area now is basically multiplied by its new width multiplied by its new thickness, and you will arrive to this result of 1199.984 mm squared. Nakita? Okay. And lastly, for its ductility, in solving ductility has this equation, guys. Ano siya equation for ductility? Nigawas pa yung ductility sa amount of time, everyone. That is just basically the difference between the original side and its new, I mean the difference between the original area minus its area at its failure over its original area. So basically, ang atong original area, di ba, it's 150 multiplied by the thickness of 8 mm. Minusan mo siya og area at failure or A prime F, no? That's 110. That's 110 mm. So you will now arrive with 150 times 8 mo na siyang original side. Ductility in percentage na siya mostly, guys. So that's 0.0833, and expressing that in terms of percentage, that is now 8.33%. Okay? That's example number 6. Time na po, time check. Oh. Kaya pa. Second to the last problem na ni siya. Don't worry. So find the maximum, asayon na sad ni siya. Find the maximum allowable value for P for the column. The cross-sectional areas are given in the figure. So naa siya working stress, naa atay steel, naa siya timber, naa siya concrete. If you would notice, no, naay laylay direction ang ato ang mga axial loads, no, naay downward, naay tension, naay downward nga 4P, 2P, and upward nga P. And basically, in order for us to get its resultant, di ba naman siya resultant acting force here, wata kabalo kung asa direction, pero based on its assumption, majority is going downward. So to counter that, upward ang direction sa imong resultant. So in order for us to get the resultant, no, that is just basically R, no, resultant, minus nimo siya sa 4P, which is downward, plus nimo sa P, and then minus nimo 2P, that is 5P. Pero guys, if you would notice, naatay axial diagram diri. How important is axial diagram here? If you would notice, coming from here dito sa gawas mag-start, no, ang imong load is just 2P. So basically, since it is downward or basically compressive, that is being denoted as negative 2P. Mano siyang reason anong naatay negative? Because it's compressive and it's going down. That's downward direction. But after which, when we reach this side, we would encounter nga na ay upward force, which is tension. So that is negative 2P plus P. So ang remaining na lang dahil nimo nga axial diagram in this part is just negative P. Nakita ninyo? So that is just basically negative P. But in this case, na po tayo nakita nga compressive force or of 4P. So that is now negative P plus negative 4P. Nganong negative 4P, ma'am? Because it's compressive and it's going downwards. So that is now negative 5P, which is exhibited in this side. Makita na ninyo doon na side. No? Makita ninyo? So that's negative P. So similarly, our resultant now should be 5P. No? That's 5P. Okay. In order for us to get the allowable P of the column per member, no, I compare man gud nato nga ang allowable sa steel, allowable sa timber, allowable na pud sa concrete. If asa ang mas gamay ana, mo na siya atong allowable. Anong mas gamay? Kay again, if makaya niya ang gamay, makaya atong pinakagamay ang smallest value, so makaya pud sa mga dagko. Pero what if ang dagko ang imong pilion, dili na siya makaya sa katong timber, let's say, klaro man jud kay nga timber ang pinakagamay ani, kay kahoy biya. So basically, no, klaro kay siya nga timber ang pinakagamay ani. So basically, dara na to makita ang ato ang allowable basic ano lang siya, basic logic nga pagkahoy syempre mas lig-on yun si steel, mas lig-on yun si concrete. So syempre ang katong force nga makaya sa timber mo to siya atong mo govern nga allowable so that makaya gyapon ni timber ay makaya gyapon man ni ang kaya sa timber kaya gyapon sa steel and sa concrete mo na siya nga mechanism. So again, no, in order for us to get the allowable load, it's just basically force over area. But the question is unsa ato ang forces here? So basically mo na siyang reason why we needed to calculate for its actual diagram or to show the actual diagram, denoting that in the steel side the I napadi siya 2p, that is 2p over the 500. 5,000 na siya, guys. That's 5,000. Kulang like 0. And equate that to 120, you'll arrive with 3,000, 30,000 Newton. That should be 5,000, guys. Because it's 5,000 here. Oh, muna siyang area ang pasibot. Ha? Then, the next, let's go to the timber. Timber is similar lang gyapon siya. That's P over 2,000. This is 2,000. No, that's 2,000. And equate that to 12, which is the allowable here na 12. Oh. Then 120 na po sa steel. Equate that, you'll arrive to your result of allowable P of 24K. How about if we are analyzing for concrete na SAD, that's basically 5P, and then over naman siya sa area, which is 8,000, given naman siya sa problem. And then, inequality nga limits niya is 16 MPa, you'll arrive for the allowable P in the concrete, which is 25.60. Newton. Again, unsa ganito atong mechanism or logic ana, ang pinakagamay mo atong himuong allowable kay lagi kung gamay atong pilion, basically kaya sa tanan. Kay kung dako atong pilion, dili na nakaya sa uban. So basically, our maximum allowable P for this problem should be 24 newtons. And that is already our final answer for this problem. Okay? And last problem, as in legit last problem na dyan eh. Nakaya rin siyang clutch. So, a 500 mm long solid steel, GPA na siya shear modulus no, of G. 80 GPA shaft is being designed to transmit a torque of P, which is 20 Newton meter. And the maximum shear stress in the shaft must not exceed 70 MPa, and the angle of twist must not exceed 3 degrees. 3 degrees, so that should be converted. In the 500 mm length, determine the minimum diameter required for the shaft. So ganito, ito ang overarching formula ba sa torsion na itong hisgutan, that is tau is equals to torque multiplied by the R over J, that is basically if this is a solid, no, it was stated in the problem nga solid daw siya. So, di ba na ako gipresent ka ganiyang equation for solid, torsion for solid nga circular, no? So, basically, that is 16P over pi d cube, and the limit should not exceed 70 MPa as stated here, 70. So, that should be plugged in. So, 16 times 20 multiplied by 1,000 to convert the meter into millimeter. And then pi d cube, which is the unknown d, mo itong ginapangita, and then equate that to 70, we will arrive to our d minimum of 11.33. This is not yet the final answer, ha? Share pa na siya. What about the twisting capacity? So, unsa ganito katong angle of twist? The angle of twist has this formula of TL over JG or talong ni Joshua Garcia. And then, the limit should not exceed 3 degrees. And again, since this is degrees, unsa ganito tong ingon nga expected unit when we are talking about the angle of twist, diba? That should be in rad per S. So in order for us to convert ang 3 degrees into rad per S, rad per second, or rad per second, that should be multiplied by pi over 180 degrees. And just plug in the values. That is supposed to be 20 times 1,000 multiplied by the length, which is the 500 stated in the problem. Then J, or the polar moment of inertia, kay dira na ito makuha si D, guys. And 80 GPA, 80 GPA, then convert that 3 pi over 180, we will arrive to our minimum polar moment of inertia of 2387.324 mm to the power of 4. Basically, unsa ganito kung ingon ba sa polar moment of inertia, J should, sa circle ha, that's gonna be pi over 32 d to the power of 4. Dira ta makakuha og diameter, minimum diameter. So that is just basically pi over 32 d to the power of 4 Shift solve, you will arrive to a result of 12.49 mm, or basically you can round up to 13. So that is now already our final answer for this problem. Okay? Okay. And I think that ends our example. Dira na tama na tong example class. Guys. That is the end. And these are the passwords, guys. This is the password. So, say mo sumpay, ana ha. Basin yun. Sa taas is, kuan guys, sa lecture din sa ubos ang practice prob. So, bantay na sa nahim ko. Ate, dili na pud ma-open. Hala, giusa man eh. And yeah, once again, that concludes our discussion for this evening. So, yeah, I'm so delighted nga na kayo sa time gi-clutch ginako pas kay ko magbasa. So, ma'am, can I answer? So, what if, so man na dagan. Wait lang, mag-open ako sa mga questions. Napatay pila ka minutes. 15 minutes. So, answerin sa natin yung mga questions. Pwede mo mga outro sa passwords. Buto, password ka ganiya. Pato sa previous tingali. Message lang ko. I-DM lang ko. Para atang nako. Then, nawa na ko ka. Ma'am. Yes. Nanangutan na. Katong formula for polygon, ma'am, kay applicable to even lahi nga sides, yes. So ako pa sa inyo memorize na to siya nga equation because grabe to siya kagamit nga equation basta geometry. If you are to calculate polygons, area of polygons, miskan pag 1 million na ka sides, sure, o area pag 1 million nga sides, given considering the fact na given lang si sides. And I mean, given ang length sa sides and the number of sides or either way, basta mo to siya ang formula. I don't know, na-introduce na sa inyo, pero mo to siya ang formula nga ginagamit ako. Actually, na another version which is cotangent. Sa calcio, wala may cotangent. Mo na sa uban, ma'am, may cotangent sa calcio. Mo to nga, ako na lang siyang plaster siya nga using the tangent nga trigonometric. Kay, ang mostly ginagamit is the cotangent. Not all biya kabalo say value sa cotangent. So, mo to nga, gi-plaster na lang ako siya daan nga makita si tan nga which is nasa yung calcio. Yeah, pero konstanto siya. Isa pa ba? Face-to-face ang exit exam o face-to-face man yung mga exam, guys. Face-to-face inyong mga exam. Ma'am, good evening. Naa ba Japan terms na magawa sa assessment? Wait lang, i-check na ko. Wala. Ang akong gihatag. Wait lang. Actually, ang akong gihatag nga questions, kay katong akong lecture karon. Pero ang akong gihatag karon is duwa man ka problems. Duwa ka problems for PISAD, pero kagabi inay nangayo sa kuha. Di pangayuan ko nila problems sa columns. So ako ang nagbuhat sa columns, dali ko buhat sa columns. Nay yung test paper diri ay bugat kaayo. Wait lang. Check sana ako. Nay nangutanong good. Naboy definition ani. Wa mo gugukita sa file ani kay ang nag-compile lagi kay si Engineer Bobadilla. Tapos iguro ako gitagaan sa file. Pupunta na ako na screen. Guys, pag study, dyan mo kuhan, guys. Economy. Kagan kay econ, Econ. Yeah, dagan kay econ. Uy, wala dyan ko nakita definition, guys. Joker, wala si Boboy. Wag ibut nga definition ba? Pambonus-bonus lang. Pero ay mo kabala ka sa ako ang guys. Ako ang geotech. Sa'yo na kayong geotech na kong giyatag. Dili mo ma-stress. Basta katulang study itong in situ stresses. Inato siya. Di? Dalaw ako gibutang ba niya diri. And study also the Bosines and the Westergaard. Mga akong gibutang. Kung nalimut ako sad ko unsa kong ipambutang kay dugay ako nagatag-ani. Study mo to ha. Wait lang. Then di ba giklasihan mo ni Engineer Laroga gabi about columns, no? Supposedly ako mo tatong klase ka, so problema kay wala may anong gahapon. Walay duty, so holiday, so wala ko sa office, di ko makaklase basta wala ko sa office. So mo to. Siya ang nisalo sa study ito ninyo guys ha. Ang mugawas ra ba to nga problem? I mean, wako kablo sa inyo pang tudlo ha, pero problem nga mugawas is na alignment chart and as well as na apoy shear, no? Which is basically feel na ko gidiscuss na niyo. Unsa pa balain? Di, unsa pa inyong kinahanglan nga tips diya para ma-motivate mo sa inyong studyhan? Sige. Basta study dyan mag-econ. Econ guys, kaya dagan kay econ ay mabuyong ko. And as well as probability. Lagi mo probability. Butangan niya probability guys. Econ daghan. Econ and probability na Mora sa sa MSTC, econ o probability daghan. So pag-focus mo sa econ guys, kay Then sa geotech, kung let's say sa hydraulics, sa HPGA sa hydraulics, katarong mga head loss, mga fluid properties, katalagod. Ang sayo na naman kanyo. Sayo na siya. Head loss. Na-definition isa, passboard. No. Na-definition isa, passboard exam gapon. Dayon, as ako na part sa HPGE, as a GE nga part na ako, lagi ko. Katong Bosines and Westergaard. And then, naglibot ang magugusa yung pamutang dari, be. And in situ stresses. Sa'yo naman kayo itong in situ stresses, di ba? Pattern naman to. Tudloan pa dyan tamon sa akin pag simple. So, bansay lang to, at least na dyan mo yung three correct answer sa GE. Basta daliente ninyo, in situ stresses. Balik ito nga problem. Change on, giilisa naman ako itong values. So, kato lang. So, dito in situ stresses nga akong gihatag. Matik, sure ko na yung may 3 points. Pagkabalo mo solve. Pati katong Caltech nga ako ang gipa-interpolate mo sa moist. Kato, apilya ko to. Katulad siya na problem. Ilisa na akong values. Mabala ka. Kaya mo rin mangyapang ginahimo sa board exam, ginailisan ng values. So, sa PISAD, mo din to. Ang PISAD lang dayon mo kuan. Sa PISAD po, kay chill lang man. Basta shear. Di ba, unsa dito balik-balik ang formula sa shear. Katong shear induced by the stirrups and the shear induced by the concrete, unsa to formula ato, balik-balik naman to. May spacing, dapat kabalo mo pila ka buok. How do you identify the number of legs? Kay what if ang legs nga pasabot is let's say along X, pila ka buok legs pag ingon kag along X, basically along X axis, so basically kani siya nga consider nga legs. Diba? Pag mo yung along Y, so basically paana, diba, Y axis, so along Y, basically kani nga legs, gatindog mo inyong gamiton. So, I know, dira maglibog mo, mostly. So, magawas ka pa ng along X and along Y, nga dapat, kabalo mo, mulantaw, pila ka buok legs, pag mo kag along X, and pila ka buok legs, pag mo ingon kag Y, nga nang kinahanglan siya, because that would be needed in calculating your shear strength induced by your stirrups. Diba? Balik-balik ka na itong formula. Then, effective length. Sa'yo na naman kayo ng effective length. Di ba? Estimate naman ko ng effective length. Plot ni mo isa. Kuha lang ito ni mo nga moment of inertia of columns over girders. Tapos, i-plot din ni mo ang duwa sa alignment chart. Napagayatag ang alignment chart. Lang. Diba? Pero first, need ni mo i-determine whether it's sidesway or inhibited against sidesway. So, lang siya. So, guys, whatever man the results tomorrow, I know, the matter, the fact lang ba nga ni show up mo, that's already a progress. Kaya at least mag-gauge ninyo inyong self ba nga kung asa di kakataman, kung kaya na ba din ako. Syempre nga expected gagmay gid mag-score mo, gina-expect na to ba? O dito mag-expect ka as mag-score. Okay, that's the reality. Gagmay jud mag-score na. Gagmay gid tag-score kaya syempre mo pa pagsugod ninyo, pero eventually you would see your progress. Nga asa yun naman di kay to. So lagi katong mga people nga gaduwa mo attend, although they had the means or they had the opportunity na nga nara sa CDO. So reflect on it nga. Gitagaan mo chance, gitagaan mo privilege sa school ba nga unsa tawag ni matest ninyo yung self kaysa mo time wala ba ni. So, and then at the same time, sila sa una sa mga time, kay sila rato ga-lecture duwa, ay si Sir Neri to si Sir, kinsa to nalimot ko isa karon ga-effort gid kaayo me, para lang makatudlo sa inyo habitaw. Wala man mi sweldo guys. Wala mi sweldo. So, amo ang sweldo lang, kay katong regular na mga klase. So, ang amo diri, tabang-tabang ra gyud. So, moro gina. So, if inyong nakita nga kami nagtabang mi sa inyo ha, unta makita po ninyo ang significance nga unta tabangan po ninyo yourself kay again among goal lang gyud unta nga kamutanan makapasar mo sa inyong first take. So mo lang gyud if nag-goal pud mo ana nga gusto mo pasar first take, dili jud pud mo dapat angay maglikay-likay sa mga exam, maglikay-likay sa klase kay una-una to ba nga ang mga bright man gani kay ga-attend og klase kita pa kaha nga apiki og utok no. Ang mga bright gani mo face to face og exam kita pa kaha nga apiki. So ina na ba kung ang mga bright grabing effort kita pud unta nga medyo hina og pangutok mas mo grabe pud gid atong effort dapat. Atong timbangon kay again ang kanang mga bright kay medyo edge man na sila kay at least dali ra sila kasabot pero kita nga mga medyo dehado og pangutok so dapat manghunat gyud pud ta kay dili na nato dili ta mo settle guys ba nga dili man jud ko kabalo ma'am so kanang you have to find ways in order for you to improve nga dili lang ka mo settle nga dili ko kabalo and at the same time kung weakness nimo ang pisad likayan na noon nimong pisad imbes nga kung asa ka weakness dapat didto ka mas mag-put og effort kay kasi gara sa kung nailahan nga mga wala nakapasar guys kay para laging fact nga galikay-likayan nila ang pisad kana jud pisad man jud kadali ang everyone oy pero kana lagi galikay-likayan nila ang pisad and ako weakness mo pud ako ang pisad so sa pisad ko mas nag-study no pisad kanang MSTC kabalo ka unsa akong balon formula na kada mga polygons ina na ra gyud puro na lang na nako common sense tanan ang MSTC gialay ko na lang gyud ang MSTC kay di na gyud madala pag-study sa una pero kamo taas-taas man yung time mag-study so ayo na inyo ayo ko ninyo awata nga gialay ang MSTC ha ayo ko ninyo awata kuan lang kanang padayon na gyapon mo kung sa inyo nasugdan pero kung asa gani mo weakness dito mo dapat mas mag-focus kay again para pud mahila kay di ba unsa to kong ingon sa inyo ang na mga minimum requirements nga although miskan pag 100 imuhang score dito sa HPG ug MSTC kung bagsak imong pisad di gyapon pwede or 49 or 50 below so again no be ma'am pwede di ba po mag-4 ni tang pwede rin na depende rin sa diskarte ninyo guys so mato siya ma'am balsay kasi 3 percentage thank you ma'am ora to kapay na magbasa guys kay muli na tagay muli na ko guys kay gabi na ako na lang isa diri pala mo apad na ko diri ako na isa muli pa ko. So, I think napaman mo yung second session with Engineer Kuan, J-Boy. So, tomorrow, ang mag-proctor is just me, myself, and I, char lang. Dila ako, si Engineer Bobadilla, because Engineer J-Boy, kinado siya lakal. Mag-OT daw siya sa office tomorrow kay mag-design audit sila. And then si Engineer Laroga kay nado siya family, chu-chu-chu, whatever. So, kami ra ni Engineer Bobadilla and Sir Neri. And for sure, maadto gyapon si Sir Dean and si Sir Calibara and then ang katong akong mga gipa-assist na mga JPIS officer. So again, I'm so glad that I met you. Moto siya guys. So let's see each other sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow na po. So I want to see 124 of you tomorrow. Kasi wala ko kaila sa mga dagway sa uban. So pagpaila mo nga, hi ma'am, ako dito si Kuan. Kay basta mo to. Bye guys. So I think diri lang gyapon mo magstay. So I think dili na mo need mag-leave. Kay I think diri mo sulod gyapon si Engineer Dumanan. Engineer J-Boy. So ako ang mag-leave. Bye guys. Bye guys. Thank you kayo sa pagpaminaw.
Bye ma'am.
Ay, sorry, nanangutana. Pila daw ka items ang exam tomorrow? 90 ra gyapon. 90 awat last week. 90. And naabay ni gawas last week, walay ni gawas last week. Ay na lang to ninyo study. Kaya para mas makafocus mo sa this week na topic. So, mura to siya. Bye, guys! Ingat, ma'am.